yada day. Back over at the original mic. I'm not used to this. Lori Downey Jr. back in the saddle. Lori Downey Jr. back from New York.
Yep. Oh, wow.
There she is.
Here I am.
Patting the mic. There she is. Patting the mic.
Oh, my God.
Smacking the mic. Smacking the mic. Now, all of a sudden, you have my mic not working.
No, it's, I don't know what's happening here.
It's what happens every week on this low-budget show known as Outlaw Radio. Welcome back, Lori Downey Jr. Boy, we missed her. Didn't we, Mark C.G. Boyer?
Absolutely.
Absolutely missed her. How was your time in New York City?
It was awful. That's how it was. It was really awful.
All right, we need something to fix my mic. See, I haven't used this mic in a month.
Yeah, well.
So it's a little rustic. And it's a little rustic.
Okay.
Oh, my God. You want to switch places? I'll produce and you stand here?
Sure, why
No,
not?
I don't want to do that. I'm fed up with that crap for the last 3 weeks.
No.
Hey, this is shocking. Aaron Carter, singer and brother of Backstreet Boys' Nick Carter, dead at 34.
Oh, my.
I didn't hear that.
That's because this is breaking news, Lori.
Oh, my God.
He was in the spotlight from a very young age. He rode the success of platinum-selling albums. I mean, this guy is on TV shows, tours with his brother's group, Britney Spears. And, of course, it'll probably take a few days to get to the bottom of this thing because they're not saying what happened. But he's the younger brother of Backstreet Boys star Nick Carter. And he was 34 years old.
Didn't they just have a comeback or something? Weren't they, like, touring?
Yeah, they were. In fact, they were at the Hollywood Bowl about a month ago or so.
Wow.
I wish I would have known about that because I would have gotten myself down on the dance floor and then back up again.
It's terrible.
I love those Backstreet Boys. I do.
know.
A representative from his management team confirms to the Hollywood Reporter he was found dead in his home in Okay, here's the first clue, Lori.
Lancaster?
Lancaster, California.
Okay, why is he there?
Aha! That's a clue.
So it has to be drugs, right?
I want to explain to those of you in other parts of the country who may not be familiar with Southern California, Landscatter, a.k.a. Lancaster, Cali. How would I put... In fact, Lori, you're out there amongst them almost every day, driving around. How would you describe Landscatter, a.k.a. Lancaster, Cali?
Well, it's really the last place on earth you want to be.
Well,
that's
no, that's
how you
succinct.
explain it,
Yeah, I think
honestly.
not to put a fine point on it. Yeah.
I don't even want to drive through it.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, live there. So life must have not been so great because nobody buys property in Lancaster. And that's kind of offensive to people that live there. And I feel bad to say that.
Well,
but here's a star.
Yeah, and you're speaking, Lori Downey Jr., you're speaking to someone here, standing over here in Magic Math that loves the desert, but I'm not a fan of Lancaster.
No. There's a lot of people that get out of prison get places there.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what's worse than Lancaster is...
Palmdale?
What is it?
Palmdale?
Well, okay, apples. Well, not apples and oranges, but a toss up there. But no,
Victorville?
No, go 40 miles east.
Why?
You'll hit the city of Mojave.
Oh yeah.
That is the last place on earth.
Yeah.
That town there.
Oh, does that beat Pahrump?
I'll take Pahrump over these two any stinking day.
Okay.
I mean, at least they're in Nevada. Low taxes, soon to be red again. But I tell you what, man, this Lancaster, and don't you hear, I mean, Lori, I don't know if you have proof, but don't you hear lots of drugs in Lancaster?
Oh, there's a ton of drugs out there and a lot of people getting out of prison. They have a big prison out there for men.
Yeah. No cause of death was given.
Yeah.
THR, that would be the Hollywood Reporter,
Well, who found him?
says a suspicious death took place at the address of Carter's residence, but could not confirm the identity.
Right.
This kid was born in 1987, and he was opening for the Backstreet Boys in a 1997 tour, and he had a debut album, Aaron Carter, It reached gold status. This kid was nothing but successful. Then he sort of dabbled in acting. He was on that Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I don't know. Look to that chick. I think she may be up to no good. She ballooned up.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she's become a biggie. He did an appearance in Seventh Heaven, Fat Albert, Supercross. He debuted in 2001 as JoJo the Who in Seussical the Musical, and later had a run as a cast member on the off-Broadway production of The Fantastics.
Well, maybe he had like one of those big ranches out there, because there are a lot of ranches in Lancaster. So that would make sense if a guy like him is out in Lancaster.
But wouldn't you think that he has nothing but money?
I would think.
And there are other places to buy ranches in Southern California that are really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
It is weird.
Yeah. He was with Nick and his other siblings, BJ, Aaron, Leslie, and Angel Carter on that unscripted series House of Carters in 2006. There's another show I missed.
So who found him? He's just laying around for a couple of days, or
He said he was in his bathtub.
he was in his bathtub?
Well, that ain't right, huh?
No.
That ain't right. Our HR man, Billy Dilly, says opioids. Everything is opioid. Yeah, there's a major opioid crisis, but, we don't know.
It's just really sad. I hope, a lot of these people are getting these drugs, this fentanyl stuff. Maybe they just want to get a little high, or
Opioids.
they take a combination of something, and this fentanyl is somehow, getting out there if you got it on the street.
Is this how rumors start?
Could be.
But the thing is, it's Lancaster. It's a notable celebrity in Aaron Carter. It's the Backstreet Boys.
Very sad.
What's he doing in Lancaster? What's he doing dead in his bathtub at 34? It's freaky, man. Just a few weeks ago, he was on one of these podcasts, and he said, I enjoyed all that, being in the limelight. I'm back to do that. That's what I'm back to do, he said. I don't really care about stardom because I've had so many levels in the industry, and fame and fortune and highs and lows, it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I'm a singer, a songwriter, a performer, and this is what I do, and I'm never going to give up on it. Well, guess what?
Maybe he had a heart attack.
Yeah, but a 34-year-old, I mean, that's something you'd think that a drug would probably induce such a thing.
Yeah, maybe he was taking
Here
something.
we go, starting rumors again.
But,
But, I feel...
if he drowned in his bathtub, something's going on.
Okay, there. See, that's Mark C.G. Boyer beginning rumors by saying he drowned in his bathtub.
Yeah.
Is that what
nothing.
happened?
No, there's nothing about him drowning. But Mark goes out on a limb and makes crap up.
Well, there you go.
Well, if he was in the water and did he slip down?
Well, you don't know. No, nobody knows. It doesn't say anything about a drowning.
Well, who found him?
It just says no cause of death. He was found dead in his home in Lancaster, Cali. That's
someone
it.
called 911 and...
Okay, Mark. Yeah, I love your editorial, but I don't. I mean, duh. I mean, overstate the obvious. I bet Lori would have figured that one out her own self. Someone called 911. So anyway, Aaron Carter. God rest your soul, bud.
It's very sad.
That sucks. That sucks. And we have our own YouTube handle now because I guess we have enough subscribers. And I don't even know what it... That's the problem. I don't even know what it means. But we have a handle. And they sent this to me 5 times, so the 5th time I finally opened the damn email because I knew, wow, this must be important. A YouTube handle is the name of the show. Don't we promote the name of the show anyway?
Yeah.
As Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. But the name of the handle is at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. And I guess this is supposed to be an easier way of finding this. And by the way, it's up to you if you want to see these smiling faces. I mean, the only one you'd probably want to see is Lori Downey Jr.
Well, yeah.
Because she by far is the prettiest on the show. Not that our HR man Billy Dilly ain't loaded with machismo and wearing an Aussie hat today.
He looks great.
But if you want to see Lori or our HR man Billy Dilly, then youtube.com / at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. All right? I don't see how that makes it any easier. I mean, it seems like a lot of jargon. YouTube.com/at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. And then, and by the way, there are a bunch of commie bastards at YouTube.
So did last week's show get banned?
No, I told you we got over it. We had an author that if we had used the real words about the C word, and no, it's not the nasty C word describing female genitalia, it's the other C word describing a virus, Lori?
Oh, COVID, yeah.
She said it.
She said it.
Oh,
Oh.
Lori,
Can't say that?
this is why I didn't say it.
Why can't I say that?
Because
It gets us banned.
their algorithms banned the show prior to last week's show because of my take on the C word.
Oh, my God.
Right? So last week we had an author, a beautiful guy.
Justin something?
Yes, he was just a great guy, and I can't even give you the title of his book, otherwise they'll ban this show because they're Nazi bastards at YouTube. See, I could say Nazi bastards,
Right.
but I can't
But,
say the C word.
No medical disinformation allowed.
Yeah, right.
You know, what's funny is I spoke to that fella before he was on your show.
You mean for when you were in New York?
Yes, he called me.
Justin Hart, good man. Justin Hart, articulate as the day is long, writes a great book, and his book begins with the C word. And yes, Lori?
Well, he called me. He said, I think I'm supposed to be on a show today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you are.
All right.
And then he said, but what do I do now?
Yeah.
I said, I
He's not the only one that asked that question when they're supposed to be on Outlaw Radio.
yeah.
Yeah, this is an ongoing problem of ours. First of all, they say, what am I supposed to do? Second of all, who booked me on this thing? Whose idea?
Who did?
You know, I got to tell you though, the good guys. And by the way, Justin Hart, a good guy. He was thankful for being on. He was happy for being on. But the good guys, Billy Gibbons of ZZTop, he loved being here. He never wanted to leave, but he had to head to Reno to get married that night. That's the only reason he left Outlaw Radio that particular Saturday several years ago.
That's funny.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk to Burl, and you'll never hear me say that twice.
Right.
Burl Bear, the commie lefty, the radio personality from the great Puget Sound, the Emerald City, legendary Burl Bear, raised on records, born to rock and roll. He has a show on the air on our network, on Outlaw Radio Network, prior to this show called True Crime. And occasionally he'll let his vindictive socialist lefty side out on my Facebook.
Oh.
And I simply posted a few days ago, today is Halloween. On the fence about a costume, stick your head up your butt and go as, and then I put, please fill in the blank. Right? So, right?
Yes.
Well, Burl Bear, his answer is Queen of QAnon. In which
What?
I asked him 3 times after that in my posting, and by the by, my personal Facebook page, if you want to check her out, Mattalan, that's Matt Allen on Facebook. I asked him 3 times, what does that mean? And I asked him in 3 different ways, what does that mean? No answer. And the reason I bring this up is because this QAnon thing, you know what it is, Lori? It's a red herring for the left. It's someone on the right that started this nutty thing, and I think it was to get a rise out of these idiots on the left who will believe that this is a real thing, because no one that I know, conservatives, no one I know on the right side of the aisle even knows about QAnon.
There are a few because I've heard the stories.
Yeah, okay. And I know an Irish guy that doesn't drink.
No.
What I'm saying is, it is a tiny, tiny number. It's like those who cross-dress. Tiny, tiny number. It's a tiny number of people. But I think some nut started this thing, and it's like, well, let's see if we can get a rise. And so only the left can't really truly care about this QAnon thing. I mean, if you try to talk to me about QAnon crap, I pass. let's move on to another story. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it is a wild goose chase. And, of course, he can't answer me. Queen of QAnon, I said, who is that?
Who is it?
Yeah, no answer. No answer from Burrow Bear.
Okay.
But I would expect that. And then before we get to the hard-hitting stuff, this is my favorite. This is probably my favorite story of the week.
Oh.
And I'll give you a taste of this. CDC, okay, follow me on this. CDC director tests positive for COVID-19 again after Paxlovid treatment. So this is the CDC director, right, Lori?
Okay.
Who had the treatment.
Oh.
Right? Mm-hmm. But test positive.
Whoop.
Ah, there it went.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, jeez. So I'll get into that story in a few minutes. But first...
I have to, before you go there,
Yeah.
I just got one of our listeners had sent in a comment about Nick Carter.
Oh, yeah.
Angel Carter.
Backstreet Boys,
Right.
yeah.
His siblings, Nick and Angel Carter, had taken out an order of protection against Aaron due to his alleged erotic behavior.
Oh, no.
Erratic. Erratic.
Well, maybe erotic is what he's in Lancaster. Anything goes in Lancaster, Cali.
And just to go on to say that.
I mean, he was found in the bathtub, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Could have been erotic.
Yeah.
But Aaron, they took out an order of protection against Aaron due to his erratic behavior. That says a lot about what might have happened.
I wonder if he killed himself.
He might have.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, it sucks. So I'll get to this story about the CDC director testing positive for COVID-19 after, of course, the treatment that I understand is if you take the treatment, then you don't
Get it.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I guess we can't talk about it, right?
No. I can't voice my true opinion regarding the deadly virus.
And you can't talk about what it's
I
called?
can on our great radio stations across the country who do believe in liberty and freedom of speech.
I want to know why you can't say that word, because it's...
Well, no, Lori, it was that word associated with my take on what this was.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Okay.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I can't completely get into it now.
That's funny.
And I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this entire song because I love it that much.
Oh.
As we go to break here in just a second, I'm minding my own business, and how did I find this? Oh, I'm looking at line dancers on YouTube, and you can't see a lot of professional, cool line dance. I love line dancers. You know, obviously, being a heterosexual male, I'm digging the females. I find it sexy.
It's a lot of fun.
And a lot of fun. That's the way I describe
Yeah, it's a lot
it,
of
Lori.
fun.
Yeah. But I love cowgirls. I love the cowboy hat and the boots on chicks.
And the belts.
And those big ass belts. I love that stuff. Yeah. So I'm searching around on YouTube, and I find some bad ones. Then I found one, and then there's this female singer singing this really cool cowgirl song. So I'm searching for cowgirl on YouTube to find that song. I can't find it. And to this day, several days later, it doesn't exist. I can't find that song I was looking for. But what I did find...
Oh, is that a secret?
...was a song that I fell in love with. I mean, minor chords and beautifully done. It's a dude named Stephen Wesley. And those of you who know country music, I guarantee you know this guy. And slowly but surely, I'm creeping into the country music foray because I love it. I love it.
Oh, it's fun.
God bless the good old USA.
Yeah.
And it's all American. So this song, go ahead and play it. Okay. Dig this. This is... Hello. This is my new favorite song. Crank this. It's called Cowgirl by Stephen Wesley. A lot to get to on the Big Dog of Broad Chasing. Meant to say casting when we return on Outlaw.
Wanna play a game, well, here's how it goes. Now you can be a little crazy as long as you know that I'm a real man, baby, and I need it rough. You do it like this, I can't get enough. You don't need a hat to play this game, but you can leave your boots on. It's all the same. Jeans are required and they won't be missed. You can be a bad girl, I promise you this. If you wanna be a cowgirl, get on top. Give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride works and it never fails. It's gonna get a little harder when I'm almost there. Pardon me, girl, when I pull your hair, you wanna talk real dirty while you're moving with me. You're doing so good, I can already see your cowgirl. Get on top, give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? Get on top, give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl. You're a cowgirl, baby. Because while I'm at the rodeo, but we don't clown, 'cause I'll be tossing you up, I'll be licking you down. You're in a hurry, don't worry, pull 'em to the side. Move like I like it, taking me for a ride. Baby girl, being naughty, it's a beautiful thing. I'm gonna smack that ass and make you sing. If you wanna be a cowgirl, get on top. Give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? Get on top, give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? Get on top, give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? Get on top, give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl. You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl. Get on top. You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl. Get on top. You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl.
Listening to outlawradiolive.com. Find us at YouTube at Outlaw Radio. / something something on the YouTube channel. Magic Mass Outlaw Radio. If you can't find us, I don't know what to tell you.
Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky.
Work it. This mic, my mic. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 2 2 2. Okay, work it. You know, work it. Gets the dust out of the trim and the pot. And is it working? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes. Okay.
Outlaw Radio remembers the good old days. Johnny Carson, Chuck Barris, Wilt the Stilt, before millennials were around to get on our nerves. Now get off my lawn.
For some reason, I neglected to mention Rumble.com. Now, that's where Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio will flourish. Rumble.com. Go ahead, subscribe, and do whatever positive things you can do on our channel on Rumble.
Speaking of subscribers,
yes,
I want to welcome
Lori Downey Jr., yes?
I want to welcome the great May Wood, a new subscriber to Outlaw Radio.
On which platform? On the YouTube?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, May. We'll stay on YouTube as long as we can. Thank God for our beautiful, truth-telling, liberty-loving affiliates on terrestrial radio throughout the country. My favorite radio, terrestrial. Thank you for being there with Outlaw Radio. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt. And understand that by the time many of you hear this, the election will have already been done. So if we're talking about upcoming election stuff, then you know that you're hearing this not in real time. But if you are hearing this in real time, like May Wood, who was nice enough to subscribe to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, and I'm so surprised that she was able to do that. You know how difficult that is, Lori, to find us?
Yeah,
Because of the analytics? YouTube buries us. They make it difficult. Hey, Tattoo Dave, we'll get you in here. I'm glad you're here, bud.
Oh, he's here.
You can see that your buddy, my brother Mart, ain't here.
Yeah, but
How about that?
HR guy in my shirt.
Well, of course the HR man is in your chairs because you weren't here.
I know. I apologize.
Billy.
No,
Go this way.
Did he apologize?
He did.
No apology zone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark, for
He'll be right back.
finally doing the right thing. Because if he went this way,
HR, just go to...
I would have to hurt him. And he's a military man. He's a Marine. Hurrah!
And
So I'd
take one of the headphones.
I'd probably end up dying.
Oh.
Anyway, your seat is open. Is Tattoo
He
Dave
can't
out
hear
there?
you. He went to
Okay.
the green room refrigerator.
CDC director tests positive for COVID-19. Understand this? CDC director testing positive. And she tested positive. This is, I think, the second time. After the Paxlovid treatment. Director of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, and sort of a big, almost a household name, that name over the past several years, has tested positive again for COVID-19. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan announced that he also tested positive for the virus. Of course, he got the prick and in his arm. Or his butt, wherever they. Do you have a choice, Lori, when you got it? I mean,
Did I have a choice? No, they just gave it to me in my arm.
Walensky, who's been isolating, you got to isolate, at her Massachusetts home since she was first diagnosed on October 21st. What a great excuse not to go to work. Started developing mild symptoms, tested positive again after taking a course of Pfizer's antiviral pill, Paxlovid.
Wish I had that.
Yeah. Why, Lori?
Can I say? Am I allowed to say?
No, but you wish you had the antiviral pill? Why?
Because
it does the same thing as the prick. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky experienced mild symptoms from a recent COVID-19 infection, completed a course of Paxlovid, and after a period of isolation, tested negative for the virus. Yay.
Yeah.
But then on Sunday, began to develop mild symptoms again and tested positive.
Oh, God.
CDC has reported on Paxlovid rebound. Oh, God. Now, wait, how can I say this?
Don't say it.
They're
Don't even
basketball
think it.
players.
Say it.
Rebounding?
Don't even think it, Matt.
Okay, you beautiful listener, do you know what I'm thinking here? Can we do it this way?
Yeah.
Pretend you're Kreskin. You just play along with me. See, we don't want this show to be banned again on by those Nazis from YouTube. Well, the pills have proven effective. Oh, I love this part. The pills have proven effective on preventing serious disease and death among older people. Oh, really? How did they prove them effective? How, Laura? Okay, I can't ask these questions.
No.
Folks who are immune compromised, blah blah. So Walensky's 53. She recovers from a rebound COVID-19 case. That was Governor Hogan who tweeted that. Just wanted to let Marylanders know that after testing positive for COVID-19, I'm working from home, Hogan said. Fortunately, I'm up to date on my boosters and my symptoms are minimal. Yeah. Thank goodness you're up to date on your boosters because that way you won't get it. Oh, wait, but you got it. Oops.
That's like crazy.
This is the second time Hogan, who is 66, has been diagnosed with COVID-19 after taking all of the shots and the boosters. He tested positive for the virus in a breakthrough case last year. They call it a breakthrough case. As COVID-19 cases continue to ease worldwide, with the latest weekly numbers showing a 19% drop in cases and a 15% drop in deaths, two new Omicron subvariants, XBB and BQ.
They're nasty. Nasty bastards.
EIEIO have emerged. At this point, the World Health Organization, you can always trust them. By the way, algorithms. There's no way they can perceive sarcasm. There's no way algorithms can perceive sarcasm. So let me just say, the World Health Organization, you can always trust the World Health Organization. Always. You can always trust who? What have I said for years, Lori? You can always trust who?
They kept changing their story, though.
The World Health Organization. Lori, don't get us in trouble.
Oh.
I'm trying to be a good boy here.
Well,
on Friday's broadcast of HBO's Real Time, CNN host and Washington Post columnist Fareed Zakaria stated that Democrats have decided to really embrace the left on cultural issues, and in doing so, turned off voters. All right. This is, and I think it's fairly short. I think you'll find it interesting. In fact, I know you will. As I stop them down and throw in my comments. That should get us thrown off the YouTube platform. Here we go. This is the Bill Maher Show with Zachariah.
We are A few days before the election, I see the big story demographically is somehow the Democrats lost white women. It's funny, it looked so good for the Democrats, like after the Roe versus Wade ruling. It
Pause.
looked like
And what did I say the minute the Roe versus Wade ruling happened? What did I tell you, Lori? Do you recall?
I don't recall.
I said this is the worst timing for Republicans.
You said that to all of us.
Right? I mentioned that to you, Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, before you read it in the paper, before anybody else in radio said anything about this, I said, no, this is bad timing. So I think the Supreme Justices, whoever that was, well, we know who it was, I believe that they put the hammer down to, of course, put the Republicans in their place and hopefully help in the midterms. And the good news is it seems that is wearing off, and these white suburban women are a little more concerned about feeding their family and putting gas in their tank than they are about killing babies. Continue, please.
abortion was going to be the big issue, but that seemed to have fizzled. They lost 27 points, a swing of 20. That's unheard of. Like they were going to, the Democrats going to win by 12, and now the Republicans are going to win by 15 or something. Why? How'd they lose that demographic?
I think the biggest issue is the economy and inflation. So if you look at, if you ask people what they think of the economy right now, the pessimism is about as strong as it was in the depths of the 08 financial crisis.
At least.
And inflation is particular. We've lived for so long in a period of low inflation, we don't realize how spooky inflation is to most people.
Pause. I found that funny too.
Yeah.
Spooky.
That's a funny word.
Ooh.
Well, it's Halloween.
Ooh, ooh, scary, scary. Ooh, I want to do the Dr. Tongues bit right now. Wait, I could do that on our YouTube channel with a can of Cattle Drive Gold Chili. Ooh, it's 3D. Ooh. Now, the only way you can see that is to come to our channel, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, to watch me with a can of Cattle Drive Gold Chili doing this. Ooh,
I need to get you a green screen and paint your own green.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Dave, you're in the business.
Yeah,
you can
I'll
set
bring
me
one.
up.
I'm
Tattoo
bringing it.
Dave. Okay, continue with this guy. This is Bill Maher and what's his name? Oh, Fareed Zakaria, who has his own show on CNN. Here we go.
Affects the people who are unemployed and their families, 10, 15%. Inflation affects everyone.
Pause.
And
Did he say can? He must know that I'm holding a can of Cattle Drive Gold Chili.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, it's 3D.
spooky.
Look at this. 3D. All
It's
right.
spooky.
Continue.
robs middle-class people of their savings. It makes people, every time they go to the gas station, every time you go to the grocery store, you're reminded of it. I mean, there's a reason why inflation is what causes political revolutions. If you think about the inflation of the 70s, this is what ushers in Reaganism. It breaks the back of the New Deal.
Pause
basically.
for a second, Lori. You're making me nervous, Billy. You know, Billy Dilly, our HR man, isn't he here? He's supposed to be here for Outlaw Radio to help us, right? To make sure that everything is copacetic.
What is he
but
doing?
instead, he was sliding around
Billy?
this right-hand side where two of the cameras are, instead of simply taking my brother Mart's chair, which wouldn't that be the common sense? What happened to common sense? And he's doing it again.
The headphones don't work here.
I don't care.
Oh.
We're doing a show. It's a live show. Doesn't it? This is why I'm talking in this high pitch register, and I don't like it.
He just wanted.
So I can imagine
Billy?
you don't like it.
Don't
Billy.
make him sing.
Yeah, look. He's right there, right next to the damn camera.
Billy, come over to Marty's chair.
No. Don't even move now.
Uh-oh.
God, I love him, but he's irritating.
HR's in trouble.
It's like Mark C.G. Boyer. I love him. Irritating.
Yes.
Dave, I don't find irritating yet.
Thank you. I was waiting for it.
Okay, borrow this. Oh, God, my mic.
God.
Oh, hell. Oh, jeez, come on, help me. Somebody help me.
Help me.
This is, I've been hypnotized. This is on the Bill Maher Show. This is Zakaria, Fareed Zakaria from the Washington Post and CNN. Continue.
It brings in Thatcherism. It just, Iran had very high inflation right before the Iranian Revolution. And of course, the iconic example is Weimar and the 20s, hyperinflation in Germany.
Venezuela recently.
Exactly.
Right.
So, I mean, inflation is much more corrosive than I think people realize. So I think that's probably the biggest explanation.
We do realize.
I do think Democrats sometimes forget how to, they learn strange lessons from politics. So if you look at the Democrats who win, who succeed, it was Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. Two Southerners, and Obama was actually quite centrist in many of the ways, particularly culturally. Remember his caution on gay marriage.
Pause. He was never a centrist. What he did was he acted as though he was a centrist. But he was never a centrist. It was an act. And I think this is what this Fareed Zachariah is talking about.
Well, he also acted as if he was an American.
Right. No, don't start this QAnon crap. Well, okay, there's no proof on this. As far as I know, this American was the beginning of the end for the United States of America in Barack Obama. Continue, please.
These guys always tried to balance not being seen as too radical, particularly on cultural issues. Somehow the Democrats have decided we need to be very, we need to really embrace the left on those kinds of issues.
Yeah.
And it turns people off. I mean, I think that Americans are...
Pause.
Tony...
So either it's true and you do believe in this, or you want to put up a facade and you want to act a certain way to get elected. And that's what this guy is talking about. It's like, even though you either believe in these things or you don't. And the left does believe in these things. The left does believe in teaching your children to be a boy if they're a girl, if they're a girl, be a boy. They believe in this crap. Continue.
Blair once said this on my show. He said, if you lose people on culture, if they start to think you're radical on culture, they stop listening to you on economics. And if you look at Biden, he's done so much for people, in terms of spending money, programs.
Right. Pause.
Did
you hear what he just said? Biden's done so much in terms of spending money on programs. Yes, that's what you Democrats do. I mean, that's status quo for you guys. But you haven't helped anyone. But it's under the guise of helping people. Go ahead, Laura.
Ron DeSantis say, cancel culture, critical race theory, transgender, and people go for it, unfortunately.
There's another piece of it, too, I think, though, which is that I think that Obama really did figure out in his 2012 campaign, not 2010, which was a terrible midterms for them, but 2012, he figured out he needed to message differently on the economy. Remember,
pause. Once again, they're talking about lying to the American public. Right, Lori? Are you getting this? She's talking about he figured out how to message differently. See, it's never about telling the truth. And this is why that Donald Trump character was so hated by the left and many of his constituents in Washington, D.C., the Republicans couldn't stand him because he told the truth. He was a truth teller.
We need to go.
Yeah, Lori, so bump me out. Okay?
Truth hurts.
No, the truth, and you can see that.
Yeah.
It should have been a slam dunk for Trump. All right, we'll be this after Back on Outlaw.
Walking down the street without the corner of my eye, I saw a pretty little thing approaching me. She said, I never seen a man who looks so all alone, or could you use a little company? If you pay the right price, your evening will be nice and you can go and send me on my way. I said, you're such a sweet young thing, why you do this to yourself? She looked at me and this is what she said. Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. I know I can't slow down, I can't hold back, though I wish I could. I know there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good. Not even 15 minutes later, I'm still walking on the street when I saw the shadow
church. He stuffed his bank account with righteous dollar bills. But even still, I can't say much because I know we're all the same. Oh yes, we all seek out to satisfy those thrills. You know there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. We got bills to pay, we got minds to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. I know we can't slow down, we can't hold back, though you know we wish we could. I know there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good.
Outlaw Laboratories. With over 200 research workers, academic staff, and PhD students worked around the clock 7 days a week for 9 years. And today, we deliver broadcasting from atomic scale components, 21st century technology, talk, stars, and subliminal messaging. Motivating, stimulating, mildly erotic, 24/7. Outlaw Radio.
Oh, yeah. Let it rip, Billy. Welcome back to Outlaw Radio. Life and like the loud, smoking, drinking, interrupting across the country of great radio stations. And I do mean great liberty-loving radio stations. And the not-so-liberty-loving YouTube at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Also on, it's more important that you subscribe, although it's important for both. I mean, thank you for subscribing to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, but also on Rumble.com. We've been at like 99 Rumbles for a week and a half. Something's got to be wrong here.
99 Rumbles?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I mean, for some reason, it won't hit 100. And I don't know what. There's a conspiracy against our show.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
don't understand what's going on. Next hour, Rob Reiner says the GOP is willing to literally, this is a quote from Meathead, the big dummy, willing to literally kill to get power. God, is this guy an idiot? But he's on an idiot stick show, Joy Reid. Why is it that women with the name Joy are not? I mean, Joy Beastar, Joy Reid. Joy, if you name your daughter Joy, please be ready for the worst. It's not a good idea. And Kanye West, so we'll get into Rob Reiner and we'll hear from that big oaf next hour. Kanye West says, I'm starting to think anti-Semitic means, and he says the N-word. Rapper, former fashion mogul Kanye West took to Twitter to proclaim, I'm starting to think anti-Semitic means, and then he wrote the N-word.
This was a big deal.
I'm starting to think anti-Semitic means that word, West said, and now deleted tweet, including an image showing another Twitter account expressing the same sentiments. West's tweet comes after he was effectively canceled following his seemingly anti-Semitic remarks. Last month, West fell under scrutiny after posting several anti-Semitic tweets, which included a remark about how he intended to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
Yep.
See, that doesn't sound very nice.
I got to tell you, this was really bad locally here in this town.
In Los Angeles?
Yes, because there were anti-Semitic things sent to every address throughout the West Side.
Anti-Semitic comments?
Yeah, there were like these bags that came out. They were really horrible. Yeah. This happened while I was away, so I had no idea what was going on.
Once again, this sounds like a couple isolated incidents. You're saying everybody got bags of...
They got these anti-Semitic bags dropped on their lawns.
All right.
It was bad.
Okay. After facing backlash over his comments, the rapper then declared that he cannot be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. Right, you're laughing because and I was going to comment on this. It's like Kanye West, a billionaire, a mogul, but they're also Jew? they're not Jewish? Methinks this man is not a big fan of our Jewish brethren. I mean, there may be, where there's smoke, there's Kanye West not really digging the Jews.
He's starting to become a lot less intelligent.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? But when I read that too, black people are actually Jew also. Okay. All right, a belief shared by the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, some of whose branches embrace racist and anti-Semitic ideologies. All right. I don't know. I was rooting for the man. And it's tough to stand behind a guy that could be a Jew hater.
Yeah.
All right, lot to get to. This is going to be a big hour. Next hour at Outlaw Radio on YouTube. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Punch it in and subscribe.
Low rider drives a little slower. Low rider is a real
last line of defense. And really, the comedians are the last, the voice of truth in this whole thing.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt. But I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. It was lots of fun, guys. Be back 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
Yeah, my new favorite song that's 8 years old. Yeah. Bet Tattoo Dave knows this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Little Stephen Wesley on Outlaw. Love this song. Where have I been for 8 years, Tattoo Dave, not knowing this song?
Yeah, this is a good one.
Oh,
I'm surprised.
so good. And that video?
I don't think I've seen the video.
Oh, you got to see those hot little cowgirls. Oh, yeah. Doing a little two-stepping.
Oh, boy.
Nothing like it. Little two-stepping line dancing, Stephen Wesley. Is this guy big in the country world? I bet he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, even after, because this is like 8 years old.
Yeah, I don't think we've heard much from him recently.
It's good, man. I mean, this is rock and roll. This is pop.
There's a lot of country singers that are going rock and roll, too.
Yeah.
Party.
Lori said this isn't her cup of tea when it comes to country. But, of course, anything I like, she's not a big fan. Right, Laura?
Well, I'm all
Do I have to say right, Laura, to get some sort of a comment from you?
I'm all about the dancing.
Me too.
Yeah.
I am a dancer.
Yeah.
I'm from the land of 1,000 dances.
Put those hands above your head.
God, I love this. I love this song, though. Hey, dig this video. I mean, don't take time to watch it right now while you're enjoying Outlaw Radio with little old me, Magic Matt T. So stay where you are. Old big dummy Rob Reiner, a guy that I had no problem with when he was playing Meathead, but I was just a kid watching All in the Family.
Great show.
Yeah.
That Norman Lear stole from England. That Norman Lear is... I'm working on garnering a guest on the show. It's a black dude that supposedly came up with the idea and the concept for Good Times and the other black comedies, sitcoms in Norman Lear's cachet that Norman Lear never gave him credit.
Oh.
And this guy is still around, obviously still alive, living in Portland, Oregon. And I have my spy tracking him down because I want to talk to this guy. Supposedly, Lear stole many an idea from this guy, never gave him credit, eventually hired him as a writer on some of these shows, I think to keep him quiet, and then they did a deal where Lear paid him $1 million, but there's a reason why this guy took the $1 million. He didn't want to, but the statute of limitations was up within 2.5 days. So it was take the $1 million now or get nothing.
Wow.
So I think this dude was screwed over by Norman Lear. Who, man, I'll tell you what, if you're listening to us on delay, he could be dead by now because that guy's like 100 already.
I was going to say he's got to be really old.
Yeah, he stole his friggin' hat from Gilligan's Island, and he's never taken that thing off.
Yep.
But I don't know. I've always had a little problem with Norman Lear. Never quite trusted that guy. Ever since I heard that All in the Family was really a show from England. So, I mean, what did he really do? What did he do? He's a good businessman. That's what he is.
He made money.
Yeah, but is he creative or clever? I don't know about that. I don't know.
A lot of shows came from England back in the day.
Yeah, but, he sort of kept that under wraps. I mean, that was kept quiet. But All in the Family was a British show. It was named something else,
England.
but it was the same damn show.
He's 100 years old.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Lori, that would make him 100.
Ah.
Yeah. So Meathead from his All in the Family show, I think that was a B flat.
Are you okay?
F sharp.
Well, anytime I mention Rob Reiner, I throw up just a little bit in my mouth. Rob Reiner, who I had no problem with as Meathead, I thought he was a good actor. He played a bumbling a-hole lefty, and wow, as it turns out, he wasn't acting, was he?
Right.
But then he went after smokers, and then he was this non-smoking zealot, and he knows better than anyone else what you should do with your life, and that's Rob Reiner saying GOP is willing to literally kill to get power. This is Rob Reiner, on the And Never Been a Joy, on the Joy Reid Show.
Rob Reiner, there he is.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Joy. Hi, Michael. Hi, Rob.
Michael was threatening.
Yeah, can you guess who the Michael is? I mean, my God, these three on one show at the same time. Michael Stinkin' Moore.
Yep.
Oh, God. These are three of the lefty, left. This is like the Communist Party all rolled into three people on one stupid Joy Reid TV show. Continue.
To play you in the movie here, we were going to have him like jump to the other side of the screen of me and play both roles. So lucky.
He can be a meathead as well as I can.
Well, I want to ask you both because, I don't know if you were able to hear because I know we were having some technical gremlins with you, Rob. But, he just, Michael just told a really sort of harrowing story about meeting Dr. Oz and his, indifference to the fact that people didn't have health care.
Pause. Don't you love how everybody who used to love Dr. Oz, all the lefties loved him? And now, of course, he's no longer one of them. Yeah. So now they hate him because there's no truth coming from the left. There never has been. There never will be. Boy, I harken back. I harken back to the days of who was that guy? Oh yeah, Mr. Clinton. My God, we used to talk about
Slick Willie.
We used to talk about JFK would be a Republican today. Well, Bill Clinton would be a Republican today. As far left as these friggin' nutbags have gone. Okay, more Joy Reid talking to a meathead, aka Rob Dummy Reiner.
Think about the things that Republicans are willing to say that you would think would be completely, they would make them, impossible for them to win. Yet Mike Lee going in and bragging to a bunch of donors that he wanted to pull up Social Security root and branch and get rid of it and got some applause for it. You have the guy in North Carolina.
Pause. Now, she's talking about isolated incidents, and most of this is taken out of context because they love to do this. Nothing's going to have nothing. Read my lips. Listen to me now. Hear me later. Nothing is going to happen to Social Security. Okay? Nothing.
There's going to be an increase.
The Republicans don't want to take away your Social Security. That will simply never happen. Continue.
Have rape panels where women have to go before they can get an abortion. You think about this stuff and you think, well, this shouldn't be close. What do you make of the fact that despite saying some of the most outrageous things, Tim Ryan saying, all Tim Ryan wants to do is get illegal immigrants and give them gender reassignment surgery. That doesn't even make sense.
Pause. I don't know. It doesn't sound like such a bad idea. No, someone's going to take that out of context. And Matt, did you or did you not say that? Yes, but that was tongue in cheek. No, did you or did you not say that? Your Honor, I said it flippantly. This is the way this crap gets started. And you don't know if Ryan did it the same way. Continue.
Why is it close?
No, because to the other side, reality
Pause.
does.
Talk about throwing up in your mouth. Did you hear that, Rob Reiner?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was some sort of giant dumpling that that was hanging in the left side of his mouth, and then boom, right down his throat. Rob, digest before you do the TV shows. More of Rob Dummy Reiner.
Doesn't mean anything. They're only interested in power, and they're only interested in, and they'll do anything to get the power. They're willing to kill, literally kill, to get the power.
Pause. What proof of that is there? I mean, you know, we sort of think that the Clintons are a little shady, and of course this current regime a little shady. But, and boy, talk about proof. That Hunter Biden, I mean, they're not even denying his friggin' communicado with China. And who wants power? This just blows my mind, Lori. Who wants power?
Yeah.
The Republicans or the Democrats? Who loves America? The Republicans or the Democrats? We know who loves America, and it ain't you festering boils on the left, Rob Reiner.
Can't have a conversation with them. The only thing we can do is try to hold on to the House, add a couple of Senate seats. It's going to be very hard.
Pause. You can't have a conversation with us. That is laughable. That is classic.
Yeah, boy.
If you would say anything of any semblance of sense, a conversation would be nice. But you're off your stinking rockers. It's not about the good of the American people. It's not about less expensive gas or bringing down the price of a Swanson mostly white meat turkey TV friggin' dinner. It's all about gender and equity, not even equality, but equity. If you people would speak truthfully, and we know that's impossible, then maybe then, Rob Dummy Reiner, we could have a conversation.
Don't do that. This might be the last election we have in a democratic democracy. In a democracy.
Pause. By the way, we're not, for the last time, I hope, we're not a democracy. We're a republic. Not a democracy, we're a republic. I know you want it to be a democracy, so the massive number of idiot sticks in Chicago and New York and L.A. that vote for a Hillary Clinton or vote for a Biden, those numbers will count. Well, that's not the way our founding fathers saw the great United States of America, the greatest country on this planet that works really well because we're not a democracy, but rather a republic, Rob Dummy Reiner.
That's what keeps me awake at night. And, you know, you've been pretty positive, Michael Moore. You've been good at predicting these things.
Hey, Joy Reid, I'm sure that must be what keeps you up at night because it ain't a lover. I just can't imagine it being a lover. Continue.
I was on the Bill Maher show with you when you told us that Trump was going to win, and I was like, nah, that's not possible. America would never like that guy. And you were like, oh, yeah, they will. Yeah. So what do you think about this election? Give us your prognostication.
Well, when I said that in 2016, it was I live in Michigan, so I saw what was going on, and I said it with all sadness because I didn't want that to happen. And in fact, Hillary Clinton won by 3 million votes in the popular vote. So
Here we go.
People did not want Trump
Here
in
we
the
go.
White House. They wanted Hillary Clinton, just like 7 million more voted for Biden in 2020.
Not the way it works,
I don't
Michael
understand
Moore.
about the polls and everything.
Pause. You know what? Move to a country where they do it that way. All right? That's what you should do, Michael Moore, if you hate America that much, and he's saying that he hates America that much, because he would rather it not be a republic. Continue.
We're supposed to accept the fact that in the last 2 years, those 7 million votes that Biden won by, all of a sudden, those 7 million have changed their mind, probably listening to the My Pillow guy too much. And and they now they don't like Biden, or they don't like. I just think it's all a bunch of BS. And you had somebody on earlier here in the show talking about the way that they load up these polls, the aggregates. There are so many
Former RNC chairman.
Yes. GOP funded and corporate lobbyists funded polls that when they do those big aggregates, they throw those in and it jumps the number up in favor.
What? So what? So what? I mean, the truth is the truth is the truth. Hopefully we'll get to the truth. Hopefully these midterms will be the truth. Hopefully the right thing will be done by Americans. Michael Moore, by the way, I watched that clip that you just listened to, and he's looking really good these days.
Is he still living in Michigan?
I don't know. Now, Lori, you know where Michael Moore lives? Anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
He has millions upon millions of dollars that he made in the great United States of America.
Yep.
The great United States of America afforded a Michael blowhard, big fat-ass piece of crap, Michael Moore, to make tons of money by doing the wrong thing. See, that's the great thing about America. You can do the wrong thing and come out smelling like a Michael Moore. Oh, wait, I don't know if that's a positive.
Yeah.
I've never smelled him. Have you ever been that close to Michael? Tattoo Dave? No.
Don't ever want to be.
And speaking of, because Michael Moore brought him up, speaking of the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, who I love this guy. You talk about a patriot. You know, anyone in this room have his pillow? Why don't we have his pillow?
I've tried it. It's not that great. I mean, he's a good success story, but the pillow's not that great.
It's not.
It's
Wait, Lori, when have you tried it? Lori?
I have a friend who had that pillow.
Yeah?
Yeah, just a friend, honestly.
No, and okay, and you tried the pillow?
No, it brought it out. They brought it out to me and showed me the pillow, and I was like, I wouldn't order that. Honestly.
Okay, this is not going in the right direction.
What do you mean?
Well, here's the thing. I will support Mike Lindell because the woke has thrown him under the bus.
Well, let me say something first of all.
And so even if let's say his pillow is mediocre, I'll still buy it.
Too hard. It's just too hard.
Oh, my God. Mike, Mike! Can you hear me, Mike? I feel so bad. But, you know, I mean, you are getting honest opinions here on Outlaw Radio. I have yet to try your pillow. So I need to try your pillow. Yeah. I will give you my absolute 100% honest opinion. I can't imagine that it's as mediocre as Tattoo Dave and Lori Downey Jr., our producers, say it is.
It is.
Okay.
I do not lie.
I don't either.
But maybe it's your taste.
It's my opinion. That's all it is. I'm not.
Mike, I'm so sad about this.
Hey, Dave, let me ask you a question. Do you like it soft or hard?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, boy.
No, I mean your pillow. I'm talking about.
I like them softer.
Yeah, me too. That's why we don't like.
See, I like them harder.
Yeah, well then you might like it. It's just it's clumped.
It is.
It's clumped.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. I'll show you one.
Yeah. No, Mike.
Mike will send me one, and I'm going to give it to
Mike
you.
needs to send one to Outlaw Radio. Yeah. You got to reach out to.
We got to reach out to Mike. But he is a success story.
He's a great success story.
And he's an American.
The guy gave up drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was a drug addict.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah, meth, I think. And then boom.
Yeah.
You know,
he's an American.
Starts making pillows. Or as my first girlfriend called him, this is the first time I've ever gotten a record of saying this, because this is the first time this has entered my head in a gazillion years. She would call, and Lori's just going to jump on this and love this. And she may throw up in her mouth. Uh-huh. I remember my first girlfriend used to call a pillow a pody.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
A pody?
I don't know. It's like a little child name for a pillow.
pody?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
P-O-D-Y?
I don't know how to spell it. I never printed it.
I don't think it's an actual word.
No,
she
it's
made
just
it up. It's her little
Yeah. You know, as chicks will do.
Yeah. Give me my
did you
pody.
say, do you pass me the pody?
Give me my pody.
Did you pass the pody?
Get off my pody.
Why would I have to pass the pody?
Because how would you know it's a pody?
Why would my bed not have two podies? I mean, a female's bed has about a dozen or 30 podies.
Gotta have a lot of pillows.
Yeah, females and pillows, man. It's a freaky thing.
Yeah, it's nice.
Our technical department is researching the word pody.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's not going to exist.
No.
It's a made-up word.
Wow.
Speaking of Mike Lindell, the pillow guy, Lori?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. Why do I call them Giza dream sheets? Because you look at them and say, Giza, Weezer, I never dreamed I'd pay this much for a sheet.
Celebrity voice impersonated.
I was going to tell you, he's into sheets. He's making sheets now, too.
I know.
he does.
I love him. He's a great American. He's an entrepreneur.
Hey.
Over 100 items.
Let's hear it from Mike Lindell again, Lori.
All right.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. Why do I call them Giza dream sheets? Because you look at them and say, Giza, Weezer, I never dreamed I'd pay this much for a sheet.
Celebrity voice impersonated.
Why is everyone throwing Mike Lindell under the bus today? And I love this man.
You have to try one of his pillows.
I bet I like it. I like it.
Are you going to pay all that money for it?
Yeah, listen.
They're perpetually on sale.
Lori, I'm in the I'm in media, so I don't have to pay for one. If I wanted one, I would simply call the company and say, hi, it's Matt. You know me. and they would send over a pillow, and then I'd try it. And now, obviously, it's something I must do. I must try one of his pillows.
Oh, you must.
But and you're actually going to get two because it's a buy one get one free deal.
That's right.
Well, so it'll get one free and then the other one free.
And wait,
there's more.
Well, there's always more. All right, one more time, Mike Lindell. Go ahead, Laura.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. Why do I call them Giza dream sheets? Because you look at them and say, Giza, Weezer, I never dreamed I'd pay this much for a sheet.
Celebrity voice impersonated.
Are they expensive?
No, they're I think it's $48 and you get another one. So
yeah, but for what you're getting, you don't even like it, right?
Well, that's
Lori, what is this hard on you have from Mike Lindell?
No, I have no problem with him. I just don't like his pillows.
Well, but you don't know. Maybe he makes a great Giza sheet.
Yeah.
I bet he does.
It's probably not Egyptian cotton.
I bet it's soft as a baby's bottom.
It's probably
By
polyester.
the way, do you No, it's... Of course it's not polyester. It's Giza.
It's a very rare cotton.
Long
I never heard of a Giza. I never heard of a Giza.
I think it's an 800 thread count.
Do you recognize that voice doing the impersonation of Mike Lindell?
Rick Dees.
It's Rick Dees. Of course it's Rick Dees.
Of course. So when he sent that over, I sent him a note back saying, Rick, I like Mike Lindell a lot. So he didn't comment. He just sent me another bit, which I didn't see yet.
All right.
Boy. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
What if he has one of his pillows?
You know, that's a good question.
Yeah, let's ask him.
Yeah, I would call him right now, but he's probably out on the golf course, and I don't want to bug him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd have to spit that cigar out of his mouth to talk to us. Okay, what did I want to tell you? Oh, okay. Diddy helped Elon Musk buy Twitter with $10 million. Now, the headline I find a little not so factual because he didn't help Elon Musk buy Twitter. He didn't need the help, but the former media mogul, P. Diddy, wanted a seat at the table. That was the quote. So Grammy-winning tequila and media mogul Diddy helped Elon Musk buy Twitter by allocating $10 million toward the Tesla CEO's $44 billion, $10 million of 44. Well, that's quite a bit.
That's not even a.
Well, that's almost a quarter.
$4.
Yeah, it's not even a 0.1%.
Yeah,
it is nothing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, but he wanted a seat at the table.
It's a bribe.
So the rapper reportedly wanted a seat at the table. Kanye West paid settlement to former employees. Here we go. More of
He's
this.
back.
More of this crap.
Yep.
The report says Kanye West paid settlement to former employee who accused him of praising Hitler.
Oh.
Man, he's everywhere.
Kanye West reportedly paid a settlement to a former employee who accused the billionaire rapper and fashion titan of expressing anti-Semitic views and allegations that West has denied. Methinks perhaps, just perhaps, ye is not a fan of our Jewish brethren.
That's a distinct possibility.
I mean, the more...
I'm going to have to look into this.
Yeah, I hope you do. Because didn't you want to like him?
You know, I actually thought he was an intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Money and then now it's just gone. It's just the
Bizarre.
switch has flipped.
Is he losing his mind?
Yeah, he's gone.
Or the truth is coming out.
But eccentric to start. So,
Yeah, I know.
You know, that's, you know.
But does he really hate the Jews?
Well, now that Hitler's involved, I mean, that's
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
It's getting deeper.
All right, a lot to get to on the Big Dog of Broadcasting on YouTube. It's Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Passive Aggressive has a new home. You're listening to Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
It's Outlaw Radio time!
Well, a couple things here. Always liked Jason Bateman. Always liked the guy. And I still enjoy his work. I like him on television. I like him in movies.
Is he,
always
How I
found
Met
him
Your
just...
Mother?
Huh? Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother? That.
Wait, was that Jason Bateman?
Bateman.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, never mind.
You know, Justine is his sister.
Yeah.
But no, he's the dude from Ozark.
Oh, dude, Ozark was great.
Right. And isn't he good? He's always good.
Listen, that was a complete flip role for him. He's always a comedic, kind of lightheaded. It's dark and it's good.
No, he's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
So the fact that what I'm about to tell you, this will not change his view of his work, because I'm a guy who's not on the left. So I don't slam you under the bus simply because I think you're an idiot in real life. Not saying Jason Bateman's an idiot, but I might be thinking it. Jason Bateman pushes Biden to use emergency alert system to remind voters of midterms because democracy is threatened by the GOP. That's what Jason Bateman says. Netflix. Was that a cat? Netflix Ozark star Jason Bateman urged President Joe Biden to use the nation's EAS, you know, the emergency alert system, to remind people to vote in the midterm elections, saying democracy is under threat from Republicans.
Boy.
Listen, you know how I'm in the business. And the left is the left. I get emails.
But explain the biz a little bit to those who may not be up to date on the life and times of Tattoo Dave.
Well, I mean,
what is it you do?
I do transportation for the movie business. So anything on wheels, I drive the cast, the crew, the equipment.
Whether it's movies or television shows, hit TV shows.
Yeah.
I mean, one that you've been on for quite some time now.
Yeah.
And
I get emails from the production company, which I could read to you, but I won't, that basically say, don't forget to vote. We want you to vote, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, vote left.
Yeah.
You know, but
well, they don't say left. They'll.
But we know their views because they're allowed to express their views where we are not.
Of course. It's the union, my friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We know who runs them unions.
Yeah.
Deborah Messing.
It's Kanye West.
Deborah Messy says goodbye to Twitter following Elon Musk acquisition.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Do you think Elon's shedding a tear?
Yeah, but she's still so hot.
Over Deb.
I don't care what her views are.
But see, there is a chick who has been such a mouthy, lefty broad that I can't even get. I'm not even interested in her anymore. Yeah. I mean, what was it? 2.5 weeks ago, Mark, we were out. I turned her down.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I said, and I called her messy, and she giggled. She thought that was cute, and I still turned her down. Deborah Messy, and yes, she's cute.
Yeah,
and she was sexy on that Two Gay Guys show.
Yeah.
What was that show?
Not Dharma.
It was a big one,
Dharma
man.
and Greg.
No, it
wrong.
wasn't Greg.
No.
It was.
If Mark thinks that's what it was, you know that's not what it was. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Desperately Seeking Susan? No, that wasn't it. One of Hollywood's most active Democrat cheerleaders and super spreaders of fake news against conservatives, Deborah Messing, a.k.a. Messy, has bid goodbye to Twitter and appears to have deleted her account less than a week from the midterm elections and on the heels of Elon Musk's acquisition of the social media platform. So there she is. She's
Will and Grace.
Yeah, Will and Grace.
I never watched that show.
It wasn't a bad show.
I caught it here and there,
It was not bad. I like that. I like the mouthy neighbor broad or the friend of Deborah Messing, and she was always funny. I thought she was funny. And the guy, okay, so there's two gay guys. One is really gay, but the focal point, like, you know, the more manly of the dudes, of the two gay guys.
I'm trying to remember.
Is he gay in real life? See, I don't know these things. I mean, I shouldn't know. Maybe I don't care that much about the show. But I have enjoyed the show. Speaking of gay icons, boy, what a transition that was. Bette Midler urges people with uteri to vote. That's you, Lori. Lori, that's you.
Oh, Eric McCormick.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
I feel as though she's singing to me.
Well, you're everybody's hero. You're my hero.
Bette Midler, people with uteri to vote.
It's going to be interesting. Tell you what.
Well, once again, this show will appear on many radio stations after the fact.
Yeah.
So hopefully, my friends, as we speak to you right now, but maybe not in real time, good things have happened. I'm assuming they did. Let's look forward. The future is so bright. Well, I am wearing shades. Actress and singer Bette Midler is completely surrendered to transgender language police, referring to women as people with uteri.
What does that mean?
Lori? Oh, my. Look at Lori. I didn't even know she could blow that thing. Wow. That is impressive. Lori Downey Jr. on brass and dancing at the same time.
He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was a trumpet man and his craft.
Well, Bette Midler is a bigger than I, and she talks out of a dumb pie hole. Bette is the dumbest broad on the planet. Hey!
It really brought him down because he could not jam.
I see.
Seemed to understand because the next year the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the
ladies use uteri. There it is. Actress and singer Bette Midler is completely surrendered to transgender language police. Boy, you got quite the embouchure, Lori. Nice. Keep that up.
Thank you.
Referring to women as people with uteri just months after complaining about terms that erase women, such as birthing people or people with vaginas. If you recall, and we talked about it on the show, Bette Midler was she was sick and tired of the left and the woke speaking out with these ridiculous birthing people or people with vaginas terms, and now she's on board. Now she's totally committed to the woke left.
I'm shocked.
And there's Lori again with the, wow.
She's blowing that bugle.
That is a beauty, and look how shiny it is, too. Man, I wish I had an embouchure like yours. It's almost Christmas time. Bring me one.
He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way.
All right, enough of that, please.
No one else could play.
Midler tried desperately.
But then his number came up and he was
Please, Lori.
I don't think she heard you.
Oh, she heard me. No. She's trying to impress her boyfriend. Yeah, don't listen to him.
Wow.
No, what I'm saying, your boyfriend, don't listen to him. You know, Matt's not the boss of you.
Oh.
Midler tried desperately to walk with narrow, inclusive line to satisfy the woke left with her October 28 post urging women to vote, but writing it without using the word women at all. People with uteri. Now, Lori, not to put you on the spot, but do you understand this now?
No.
Is uteri actually plural for...
I mean, what does that
multiple
mean?
uteruses?
No, I want to know what that means exactly.
I guess it's females with 3 or 4 uteruses.
Okay, that way they can, a cyclops or something?
That way they can have, well...
No, a cyclops is 1.
If you turn them upside down, maybe.
Maybe there's 5. I don't know.
Boy,
this is ridiculous.
I'd never leave the house if I had 5 of them.
I can't believe this is making the news, actually.
People with
Truly.
People.
Sincerely.
I wouldn't leave the house if I had one of them. People with uteri need all you to get out and vote, and people with uteri should vote too, because you shouldn't have to be one of hashtag Herschel Walker girlfriends to get access to reproductive health care, the Hocus Pocus 2-star tweeted.
Hocus Pocus.
Critics from all sides pounced on Midler's failed attempt to appease pro-transgender totalitarians. Do you mean that women who've had a hysterectomy should stay home and not bother voting? One Twitter asked mockingly. That's a good question, by the way.
It's a great question.
Another slammed Midler for arrogance audience saying, yes, according to Bet, you're not having a uterus.
Sounds like an infection.
Makes you a non-person, but that's okay. She actually doesn't care about any people, no matter their uteri status.
What happened?
This is all about Bet, and as such is appalling.
That is uterization.
She
to
needs
the
some help.
fullest.
Like many others, one user criticized Midler for not using the word woman when it was clear that who she was talking about was a female. Strong message. You totally didn't water it down and make it absurd and obscene, but hiding from the word woman, it's women's rights you were speaking of, the user wrote. But
Right.
many more people referenced a controversy old Midler kicked up just months ago on July 4th. You remember this one.
Yep.
Oh, no.
In which she fought back against terms that erase womanhood. And this came from Midler. And I quote, "Women of the world, we are being stripped of our rights over our bodies, our lives, and even our name," she tweeted. "They don't call us women anymore. They call us birthing people or menstruators and even people with vaginas.
Where the hell is she hanging out?
Don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you."
What about the women that have gone
But
through
she
the
was
pain?
right about this. Naturally, woke allies smeared Midler as anti-trans for excluding them from her post because she appealed specifically to women. So now, because any way the wind blows, if they didn't have two sides in their mouth, they couldn't speak. The day after being taken to task, Midler took to Twitter again and capitulated to her attackers and apologized, telling them there was no intention of anything exclusionary or transphobic in what I said. It wasn't about that. Oh, there she goes. You know, this reminds me of the airplane bit when Julie Haggerty, who played my buddy's girlfriend in Airplane, picks up the horn in the disco and starts playing. Yes. Oh man, that Zucker! That Zucker, what a funny guy! Was it this song they were playing?
No.
Good stuff, man.
Yep.
I love that.
Poor Bet. What's happened to her?
What, Bette Midler?
Like over the years.
Lori.
I was always a great fan of Bette Midler.
Well, so
I used to sing her songs in every karaoke place.
So was the world's greatest late-night talk show host, Johnny Carson. Rest his soul. He is spinning in his grave as these a-holes, and I can't even say they try to do the right thing in late night because they don't. They made it all so political. When Johnny Carson always did the right thing, he never made it political. You never knew which side he was on.
But
It didn't matter back. It just didn't matter.
Well, he was an equal opportunity offender. If there was something in the news about the right, he'd go after them. If there was something about the left, remember the toilet paper shortage he started?
Yes.
I mean, that was his thing. That was in a monologue talking about lack of toilet paper. The next day, Americans bought up all the toilet paper. Now that's power. Are you listening, you idiot sticks who host late night? That's power. That's Johnny Carson.
But you know what, Matt?
That's not you. Yes, Lori Downey Jr.?
Bette Midler did his last show.
And this is why I bring up Johnny Carson, because Johnny Carson adored Bette. But if she were speaking the way she speaks today in 2022, and
He wouldn't
Carson
even know
was
what a
still alive,
uteri is.
Johnny Carson was a very smart man. He was an extremely intelligent guy. Intelligent so much that he kept politics out of his friggin' show. Look up Carson Morley. This is that short piece, and I play it from time to time. It's so brilliant. When 60 Minutes was they were interviewing Johnny Carson back in his heyday. This was late 70s, early 80s, and what a smart man. And the greatest interviewer of all time, even though my buddy, Howard Stern, he told me point blank, Matt, he was not a great interviewer. And I said, well, this is where you and I disagree.
Here he is.
I always told Stern, I said, Howard, you are a great interviewer. As am I. Not one to boast. Carson was a great interviewer. But he said, nah, he wasn't. I'm a great interviewer. Yes, you are. All right, this is Carson on 60 Minutes.
Do you get sensitive about the fact that people say, he'll never take a serious controversy? Well, I have an answer to that. I said, now, tell me the last time that Jack Benny, Red Skelton, Any comedian use his show to do serious issues. That's not what I'm there for. Can't they see that? But you're not. Why do they think that just because you have a Tonight Show that you must deal in serious issues? That's a danger. It's a real danger. Once you start that, you start to get that self-important feeling that what you say has great import. And you know, strangely enough, you could use that show as a forum. You could sway people, and I don't think you should as an entertainer.
Are you listening, Jimmy Kimmel?
That was awesome.
Brilliant.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the
Brilliant.
great Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Are you listening, Jimmy Kimmel?
No, he's not.
Well, he is. He admits to losing half of his fans. I'll get to that next hour.
Yeah.
Says maybe more than half of my fans due to constant Trump hating. He went on record. Well, how's that working out when you got friggin' little cable networks beating your pants off in ratings? All right, we'll be this after back at Outlaw Radio.
This has gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. I knew that something was going on wrong when you started laying down the law. I can't move my hands. I break out in sweat. I wanna cry. Can't take it anymore. This has gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. I've been around a long, long time, seen it all, and I'm used to being free. I know who I am, try to do what's right, so lock me up, throw away the key. But this has gotta stop, enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer, it's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul, you'll have to come and break down this door. For them, and then what's coming down the road. The light in the tunnel could be the southbound train. Lord, please help them with the load. But this has gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. This has gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door.
The dive bar at the end of the Walk of Fame. The cartilage left over in a bag of Popeye's chicken. Chronic talk from stars, would-be stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen. What a boy would be if Siegfried and Roy had a son.
Find us, enjoy us, massage us on rumble.com. Punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Be specific. Can't simply put in Outlaw Radio. You'll find a disguised version of us, a fake version. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Do the same with YouTube at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, and watch the smiling faces, including the return from New York City of Lori Downey Jr., former Broadway dancer who had the bestest time for almost 2 weeks in New York City. Right,
Oh,
Lori?
yeah.
Did you have a good time? As I understand it, she arrived there sick, right?
Well, no, I had a good day. I had one good day.
Now, wait a second. You said you arrived there sick. So the story changes. Okay.
No, it doesn't change.
Well, you said you arrived there sick and had to head to a motel.
So the red eye that I took,
Yeah.
that I forgot my phone in my car, like all that stuff, you had to come back. Like I had every reason not to go to New York.
Right. But
Remember that?
so you did stay at your mother's house when you arrived.
We went there immediately after the red eye.
All right.
I had one day to walk the boardwalk. I felt like crap.
Uh-huh.
And then later on that evening, it got really bad.
And so there was a motel involved or not?
There was a motel involved, and I found a motel that was close to my mother's house, but it ended up being the getaway place for all these bad people that were running from the cops.
Well, motels are known for that. Even though I've been an aficionado of motels since I was 16 years old.
They're a sanctuary.
I have made deals at motels when they wanted $17 a night. I got it for $12.
Yeah, this wasn't one of those, and I spent a lot of money to have every night, and then the third night or fourth night, whatever it was,
Yeah.
I paid for, but I left.
Any trick-or-treaters, Lori, your way?
I ended up back at my mother's house, and there were trick-or-treaters. I'd say there were about 30 people altogether.
It doesn't sound like a lot of trick-or-treaters. How about now that's in New York. That's in Long Island.
Yeah.
How about Dave, Tattoo Dave? Any trick-or-treaters, or do you turn off the lights?
Well, unfortunately, this year I forgot to turn off the lights.
Oh no!
So I had one trick-or-treater.
So did you give him that can of chili?
No, I
gifted
actually
you?
made I opened the door. Sorry guys, we're just getting ready to head out. And
Oh no!
Yeah, happy Halloween.
You should have given him money.
Yeah, I should have given him $100.
Yeah. I mean, you
I had
should
4 flat tires. My garage door's broken. I have 3 broken windows.
Yeah. I mean, you got.
No, they were nice. It was a little 3-year-old kid, cute as could be.
Oh, see,
I didn't have anything to give. It was.
No, see, I would have given them $5.
Yeah, I should have.
I mean, a little 3-year-old. There's no way I. Oh,
I was on the spot, Matt. I couldn't. I didn't think straight.
Oh, that would have made me feel so bad.
Then I went home. I went outside as soon as they left. Turned the lights off. Put 2x4s across my door.
How about you, Mark? Any trick-or-treaters?
Nope.
Okay.
Mark lives in a complex. You can't
Well,
even
Matt.
get in.
Yeah, Lori?
What about here? Do we have any trick-or-treaters here?
Lights off. But only because
Really?
the light doesn't work out there. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Works when you walk up.
No, so it came in handy.
Oh, God.
Came in handy. Lights off.
You know, every year I put a ton of candy outside, and I always leave a sign, take one, happy Halloween.
Yeah, but last year there was a lot of candy left
That's
over.
an invitation to dump the whole bucket in my bag and go.
Well, see, that's you, Dave.
Well,
you were that little miscreant punk.
I was.
Yeah, I know you
I
were.
was.
I know you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teenagers.
I could never do. See, I could never. I was brought up right. I could never do that.
Yeah, well.
Trick or treat. Give me.
I was brought up right
Give me
too.
some
I just
candy.
I decided to be.
All right, hey, next hour, hypocrisy alert. John Leguizamo whines about white people playing Latinos. He fails to mention, old Leguizamo.
That's old.
He played Italian Americans.
Yeah, but he did this
He's
He's
a few
doing it
years.
again?
Oh yeah, he's bitching. He's whining again. And pop star Rihanna's lingerie brand faces a boycott after Johnny Depp was cast in a fashion show. Johnny Depp won that court case.
Yes.
But you may be saying to yourself, OJ?
Man, I hope he gets his everything he needs back. Like, I mean,
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Even though he said bad things about Trump and he's a dummy politically.
that just goes back to the Jason Bateman thing.
I like the
he
guy.
He's a likable guy.
All right, lot to get to next on Outlaw.
Can you
MC that rules.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
At the Light 'em Up Lounge.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
At the Light 'em Up Lounge.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
In theory, we have a new YouTube channel handle, and supposedly this makes it easier on you to find Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Let's see if that works. 5 emails from YouTube telling me I have this new handle, so it sort of led me into believing this must be important. Here's the handle. YouTube.com/at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. That's supposed to make it easier to find us. YouTube.com/at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. I wonder if we'll have a handle on BitChute or, what is it?
Rumble.
The Rumble.com.
Speaking of Rumble,
yeah.
Well, I'm on it right now, and there's you have 2 channels on there. Did you know that?
Okay, maybe that's a problem.
It could be a problem. There's one that's got the...
yeah, that could... Oh, that doesn't seem right.
Right, but it does say Magic Matt.
Okay, let's talk after the show and try to figure this out.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing with this social media crap. I really don't. I know that we have plenty of viewers and lovely listeners on terrestrial radio throughout the country, but I just can't get a handle on this. But, I mean to before the year's up. Have another month and a half or so. So youtube.com/at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, so you can watch these pretty faces with the voices. And this Brittany Griner, is she still in the big house?
I'm glad that you brought her up.
Now, is she in Russia?
She is in Russia.
She is in Russia.
Sentenced to 9 years.
Now, here's the deal. A few weeks ago,
last week.
See, I did not do my due diligence on this. So here I'm thinking that Russia is detaining some chick because she had a small amount of marijuana on her, and now she's doing hard time. You know about this gal, Lori?
Oh, yeah.
So what's your take on Brittany Griner doing time in Russia?
Well, I think it's ridiculous, and also our country is going to give away a really bad guy to trade for her.
Okay.
Now,
hold on.
Now, this was brought to my attention by Tattoo Dave, and it's like, Matt, are you on drugs?
It got by me when you mentioned it last week, and I thought about it, and I'm like, did he just say Trump would never let that happen? Which might be the case, but at the same time, that bitch is exactly where she belongs. She denounced her U.S. citizenship.
Yes, she did.
She turned her back on the flag, went to Russia, and then tried to smuggle whatever it was. I don't care if it was a minuscule piece of dust.
Right.
Could have been a can of sardines.
F her.
Okay.
Leave her there.
And after, and I got to tell you, because I was on her side not knowing the entire story.
Right.
And I am the first to admit when I'm wrong because it's so rare.
Very rare.
It doesn't take up any time. But,
Very rare. I agree.
This time, I am so wrong.
I was shocked, too, and I thought about it, and I'm like...
Yeah. You should have busted my ass on the show.
I'm green here, so I didn't know.
Brittany Griner sounds like a piece of crap.
She is.
All right. Okay. Well, but
you have now redeemed yourself.
But Lori Downey Jr., our producer,
I know.
The first thing out of her mouth was, "It's terrible that she's doing this time."
Back in the day, but now I found out these other things. When I first found out about her going...
What, you mean just now from Tattoo Dave?
No.
All right.
Because I've been following the news.
So you believe, as we now believe, that she should stay there?
She should stay there.
All right. Okay, good.
And we should not trade a really bad guy.
They're talking about arms deal, like Russian arms. I mean, like, come on, are you kidding me?
Yeah, ridiculous.
She turns her back and then she's sending letters and please help me. F you.
All right. Trump probably would have left her there. I would assume. Hypocrisy alert. John Leguizamo whines about white people playing Latinos. He fails to mention his roles playing Italian Americans. John Leguizamo has slammed Hollywood for frequently casting white actors in the role of Latinos, even criticizing one of his best-known movies, Brian De Palma's Carlito's Way in '93, for putting Al Pacino in the title role of a Puerto Rican gangster. But in his open letter published a couple days ago in the LA Times, and you know if it's in the LA Times, damn it, it's something you want to take to heart. Leguizamo omitted any mention of his own movie roles in which he crossed the apparently forbidden Latino-white ethnic divide. He's a Colombian-born actor, played Italian-American characters in the movies Summer of Sam and Super Mario Brothers. He used his LA Times essay to call out a host of other non-Latino Hollywood stars for playing Latino characters on screen. He singled out the casting of John Turturro, by the way, great actor, man.
He's great.
As Jesus in The Big Lebowski, Marissa Tomei in The Perez Family, Antonio Banderas in El Mariachi, and Ben Affleck as Tony Mendez in Argo. In Carlito's Way, Leguizamo played Benny Blanco from the Bronx, an upstart gangster who guns down the protagonist played by Pacino. They surrounded him, Pacino, with Latino actors, but not one of us had a lead role in our own stories. We were still just supporting players, Leguizamo wrote in the LA Times. But he has taken roles that, by his own reasoning, should have been played by Italian actors.
So guess which way he leans.
In the '93 movie Adapt Super Mario Brothers, Leguizamo played Italian-American plumber Luigi Mario, who works alongside his sibling Bob Hoskins. He's dead now, isn't he? Yeah, Bob's dead. In their Brooklyn business. 6 years, he was also in Hook, that Bob Hoskins. He's a pretty good actor.
Well, who did he play in Hook?
He was that little fat guy. Wait, he always played that character, though.
I didn't know he passed away.
Yeah. 6 years later, Leguizamo was cast in the lead role in Spike Lee's Summer of Sam, playing Vinny, an Italian-American hairdresser whose story gets caught up in the Son of Sam killing spree in New York during the summer of '77. So he's just a big piece of crap talking out of both sides of his mouth.
Of course.
In his op-ed, Leguizamo argued that Latino actors are woefully underrepresented, not only because they are the country's largest ethnic minority, but because Latinos were in America before whites. And by the way, thank you, my Latino brethren, for coming
to America.
Well, to America and doing the right thing, because you're getting your act together politically. You know who loves America. Our Latino friends have tremendous family values. They always should have been on the right. But of course, they were indoctrinated into this Democrat bunch of BS. You know, the true racists, the Democrats. But they're coming around, and thank you. And I mean that from my heart. We Latinos, says Leguizamo, are 19% of the population, the largest ethnic group in America. We've been here before the conquest of the 1500s. How are we not more visible on screen and on stage, he wrote. If much of the United States was Mexico until the 1840s or later, how are we not more visible? He said Hollywood must build a pipeline for Latino talent, but not just any Latino talent. I'm not talking about white or white-passing Latinos. I mean indigenous Latinos. I mean Aztec, Maya, Inca, or I mean Afro-Latino, or any mix thereof. More often than that, Latinos you see on screen are white or white passing because Hollywood is drenched in colorism, he wrote. What?
Yeah.
What?
You know, they're all the same. It's funny. They're just all the same.
You mean lefties?
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
They're
I know. It's
all
scary.
the same.
Isn't it called acting?
Yeah, it is.
That's the thing. It's the movies.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it isn't the first time Leguizamo has complained about Hollywood's colorism. The actor revealed earlier in the year that he used to avoid getting a tan in order to improve his casting opportunities. Okay, whatever works, man. Whatever works. It's a tough biz. You know, all businesses can be tough. Do whatever works for you. Stop bitching and whining. Pop star Rihanna's lingerie brand faces boycott calls after Johnny Depp was cast in a fashion show. They're calling for a boycott of pop singer Rihanna's lingerie brand, Savage X Fenty. Savage X Fenty. The hell does that mean? I guess I have to.
It's a scratch and sniff.
I got to be 22 years old to understand what that means, man. Savage X Fenty. Over her decision to cast actor Johnny Depp in the upcoming fashion show, the online outrage was sparked in connection to Depp's recent high-profile trial against his ex-wife, Aquaman actress Amber Heard. Amber Heard. As people believe the Pirates of the Caribbean star is an abuser, despite him winning his defamation trial against Heard. Yeah, I guess you didn't. I guess you didn't watch the damn trial.
Yeah, I mean, not only did he win, but it was proven that it was opposite. I mean, come on.
And if you watch any part of the trial, you see how full of crap she was, man. I mean, most women with common sense watched that and said, "Oh yeah, this broad is a big fat liar."
Yeah,
not so fat, but a liar. We will boycott the show if Johnny Depp is in it. One Twitter user declared, "Putting Johnny Depp on your show adds zero value, maybe shock value or a slight viral moment, but that's it. Because the average millennial or Generation Z, see that, aren't resonating with that man." So one wrote, to which another replied, "Exactly." These people are stupid.
It's amazing.
It's so amazing. Isn't it amazing? It's amazing.
Jeez.
Honestly, it's amazing. Let me tell you honestly, it's amazing. The choice that Rihanna made is frustrating, but in protesting, please keep attention on Depp's history of violence. Another tweeted, "There are no perfect victims, but Rihanna is still an abuse survivor, and I don't want to invalidate that." Music producer Drew Dixon bizarrely referred to Depp as someone who has been embraced by unhinged, right-wing, misogynist extremists. What? That's not what we just read. Those are the tweets are not from right-wing people. Another Twitter user claimed that adding Johnny Depp to the mix is just another example of how out of touch Rihanna actually is. Well, damn it, I always thought she was in touch. Like I care about Rihanna or even know anything about her.
Except
she has a lot of hits, right?
Yeah, and she got beat up by what's his name, and
and that sucks.
Yeah,
that was Chris Brown, the rapper, not my friend, but Chris Brown, the rapper. Rihanna invited Johnny Depp to her show. So this is so effing weird. Not a single billionaire on this planet with decency, and she's keeping up the trend, sadly. Another wrote, Twitter users also use the hashtags, hashtag abusers Fenty and hashtag ditch Depp while expressing their dismay over the Savage X Fenty casting of Depp. What is the Fenty part? Somebody help me.
It's a large coffee at Starbucks.
That's a Fenty.
Yeah. Wow. Rihanna's lingerie brand is not only the entity interested in blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, Netflix grabbed a bed with Johnny Depp. Next film, La Favorita, in which he'll be playing King Louis. The movie will also be Depp's first role since his defamation trial against Heard. I'm glad he's back to work. I'm glad.
I am too.
Oprah Winfrey backs John Fetterman over longtime friend Dr. Oz.
Billy was trying to tell me about this earlier.
Well, first of all, did you watch the John Fetterman debate? How could you miss that, or
I
at
missed
least portions of it? Oprah Winfrey jumped into the political fray when she endorsed Democrat Pennsylvania Senate candidate John Fetterman over her longtime friend, Dr. Mehmet Oz. Didn't she put him on the map? Wasn't she the one that catapulted this guy to television?
Is that his first name, Mehmet?
Psychologist, dude.
I mean, she did it. She did
Talking
this.
about Dr. Phil.
She did. She did this with Dr. Phil. That's not who I'm discussing. Otherwise, I would have said Dr. Phil.
Is that his first name, Mehmet?
Yeah, Mehmet Oz.
No wonder they call him Dr. Oz.
Yeah, of course. I would stick with Oz, too.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
Winfrey issued her endorsement of Fetterman during a virtual town hall. I said I was up to the citizens. I said it was up to the citizens in Pennsylvania, Winfrey said, but I would tell y'all this. If I lived in Pennsylvania, I would have already cast my vote for John Fetterman for many reasons. The fact that he cannot answer a question, that he cannot complete a cohesive sentence, are those the reasons? The fact that his cognizance is even worse than Joe Biden's? Is that it, Oprah? Fetterman celebrated the news on Twitter. Of course, Winfrey, I think, single-handedly put that really bad president into office a few years back. You remember, what was his name? Barack Obama.
B.O.
Barack Obama.
I think you're very, very...
Oh, very, very much so.
Yeah.
Winfrey also backed several Democrat midterm candidates during this town hall, including Florida Rep. Val Demings in her bid against Marco Rubio, Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, Raphael Warnock, Stacey Abrams, and Beto O'Rourke. Is that guy a loser or what?
She gave up a huge I mean, I don't know why she stopped doing what she was doing, but
you mean her show?
Yeah, it's for the best.
Yeah,
that platform did exactly what you just said.
Yeah, I know, but she just doesn't want the day-to-day crap anymore. You got to assume she's in her 60s.
I'm
right?
glad. I mean, it's great that now who
I mean, you never watch her show. I never watch her show, but we are not her demos.
Right.
Lori, did you ever watch Oprah?
I did back in the day.
Yeah. Well,
like a long, long time ago.
Proof, my friend. Proof, my friend.
First came out
that Lori Downey Jr. is a female.
I am a female.
There's some proof.
She is a female.
Use your discernment, she says, which seems to be missing in a lot of our country today. Use your discernment and choose widely for the democracy of our country, Winfrey added. I love this whole democracy crap. Winfrey, who has a long history with Dr. Oz, largely stayed out of the Pennsylvania race, but endorsed Fetterman at the last minute. Well, current polls put them neck and neck. I'll tell you a story. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, but I knew someone, I was very close to someone who was a flight attendant on American Airlines. And why she would make this up, I have to give her credit for telling the truth, because there's no reason you would fabricate such a story. But the story goes like this, and you will hear this from only one place, and that's Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Now, why do I say my name in the title? Because you have to punch it in that way on YouTube to watch us. Otherwise, I'd simply say Outlaw Radio. I'd make it simple. But it's Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. It's the only way to do that. And then on Rumble.com. Same deal. This gal I knew intimately was a flight attendant for American Airlines. She arrived back from a flight. She said, I got to tell you a story. Oprah Winfrey was on her flight. My flight attendant buddy worked first class on this flight. It was either New York, L.A. or L.A., New York. There was Oprah Winfrey. Oprah was pissed off, appeared to be pissed that a white woman was serving her, and said, I don't want no white woman serving me. Let's get the sister over there. That's who I want to serve me. There was one black gal who was a flight attendant.
So we're talking about your buddy that was serving her. She said this to your buddy.
Could have been her, or could have been a friend of her, fellow flight attendant in first class. They were all there. It's very close quarters.
Yeah.
And I would have to say, although I have no proof of this, I would have to say this is the truth, because there's no reason she would make up this story. And is there any other way to look at this than racism? Right? And that's your beloved Oprah Winfrey, my friends. That's that lovely woman, Oprah Winfrey. Fair weather friend. Dr. Oz's friend for a gazillion years.
Mehmet
Oz.
I got to go there.
Not unlike Joy Beastar. Good friends with Dr. Oz, but the minute he's not part of their cadre of kooks, then all of a sudden they hate the man.
He's under the bus.
And I tell you this story because I don't think I've ever shared that story, but I would say, gun to my head, true story, if there's a way to prove it.
I believe it.
I mean, why would she make that up? And out of whole cloth, because it was certainly it's a non sequitur story. You know, it comes out of nowhere.
Right.
But knowing Oprah, it seems like she is that broad, right?
Just, yes. And without getting us banned and in trouble, it's just, it's.
Yeah.
I can't say anything.
Yeah, I know. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Oprah's endorsement likely, probably bolster his campaign. And by the way, for those of you listening to us after the fact, who knows? I mean, I hope Oz wins. That would be the right thing for Pennsylvania. But we have a bunch of kooks here in California who consistently vote the wrong way. Let's hope you do better in the great state of Pennsylvania. Dr. Phil, speaking of the good Dr. Phil, and I know for a fact Oprah Winfrey certainly put this man on the map.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil says...
Like a fake doctor, right?
Well, I think he's got a doctorate, whatever.
I think he's
that's not the point of this story.
But the point is he has nothing current. He's a fake
I don't know.
doctor.
A lot of what he says is common sense stuff. I don't hate the
look
guy.
Where he's gone. His channels are way up in the hundreds.
Yeah, I don't hate the guy.
Whatever.
I don't like him.
Dr. Phil says, hell no. You wouldn't get on a plane if John Fetterman was the pilot.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate his honesty.
Yeah, well, damn, I wouldn't either. I don't think anybody would.
He says there's something wrong with Pennsylvania Democrat U.S. Senate candidate John Fetterman. Celebrity psychologist Dr. Phil McGraw told Joe Rogan, host of the Joe Rogan Experience, during a recent episode explaining the problem begins with his brain. Now, I wonder what sort of a conversation had to happen with Dr. Phil and Oprah, the kingmaker Winfrey, after that hit the light of day on Rogan's show.
How about she said she didn't acknowledge him anymore?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Is that the Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan
UFC
podcast.
Joe Rogan comedian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that dude.
She's not going to comment to him.
So you think that they are not that close?
I don't think they're that close, no. And I think she would make no comment to him whatsoever.
But maybe they're not that close. Now, maybe something happened, which is why Dr. Phil doesn't care anymore and can speak his mind, making that statement about, hell no, you wouldn't get on a plane if John Fetterman was the pilot.
You know why?
What?
Because he's not Gail.
Oh, he's not Gail King?
Yeah.
Do you think those two are more than just friends?
Well, she never married the other guy. That poor fella.
What was his name?
Stedman.
Yeah, he only had one name.
Poor Stedman.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm sure he was taken care of. Hush money.
Yeah, she lives right up there next to
Weren't there rumors about him being gay?
Yeah,
something like that.
I think so.
Well, who knows? You know, this is how rumors start. I mean, if you never heard the rumor before, now I guess we're starting the rumor again on Outlaw Radio.
You know.
Yeah.
Oprah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Her father
her.
was in broadcasting.
Yeah.
And he led her into broadcasting and radio. That's how she got her mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got her TV show.
Mm-hmm.
She has zero sense of humor because back in the day when we were filming.
Hey, Lori Downey Jr.
Yep.
Most people on the left have zero sense of humor.
So back in the day, when we were in Chicago, we were right up the street. We were broadcasting the Morton Downey Jr. show back in the day. And we used to put on the back of the cars the Oprah Winfrey show.
Yeah.
And she got so mad.
Yeah.
She shut everything down because it was just a joke.
Yeah.
We had Regis one day, we had Oprah one day.
Well, even though she wasn't
no sense of humor.
So she wasn't a national superstar that when she was in Chicago, man, she owned that town in TV. So so that I'll tell you what. We created a monster in Oprah Winfrey, the kingmaker. Let's go to break right now. When we return, Jimmy Kimmel admits to losing half of his fans. Maybe more than that, due to my constant Trump hating. That and, wait, there's more. Oh, Cambridge alumni pulling funding from college after academics said gender speaker was hateful. The gender speaker was hateful. You know why? You know why this person was hateful? Because they said things we don't agree with. All that and less next on Outlaw Radio.
Plantains, by any other name, are still bananas. And now there's a new game in town led by an hombre named Matt. A poker-playing, cigar-smoking, barbecue-eating talker. They call him Magic in these parts. And he's made bananas a kind of art form. The kind of talking that makes people sit up and bark at the moon. Ordinary just got better. Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
A lot of crap I gotta smash into this segment. Did Magic Matt on Outlaw Radio just say crap? Yes! Yes! Listen, we yak for a living. You found the loquacious spot on your digital, on great radio stations across America. We love you, Wisconsin. Hit me now. Slap me now. Come on. God, I wish I liked to dance, because this is a song I would dance to. Turn it up a little, Lord. Sort of a one-hit wonder, even though this wasn't even a top 20 song, I don't think. Great song, though. Here comes the money shot. You got to hear the money shot. The hook. See, you got to get us on YouTube so you can watch our producer Blondie Lori dancing at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Lori dancing, look at her getting it. Performing for her boyfriend who won't miss one of these shows. Hit me now. He's probably doing something untoward right now in the privacy of his own home while watching Lori on YouTube. Oh yeah, how about that visual? All right, let's move on. Jimmy Kimmel admits to losing half of my fans, maybe more than that. ABC's late night comedian. Comedian? Was he ever? He wasn't ever really a comedian.
What was he in Vegas?
Jimmy Kimmel, he was a bad radio guy, and he was also a bad radio guy in Palm Springs.
Show, right?
The Man Show, that's the one.
Yeah, but
Him and,
I don't think that was Vegas, with the exceptionally talented Adam Carolla.
Oh, God,
that man is talented. Yes, that guy is great, articulate, and a brilliant guy. Yeah. Jimmy Kimmel, however, it always occurred to me when Jimmy got that gig, it's like, poor Adam should have had that gig. He's the smart one.
Well, that's your old friend.
But he doesn't look as good as Jimmy, you see?
Well, I don't know.
He doesn't. It's aesthetics, my friend. Aesthetics comes into play.
Really looks, though.
And if you're talking about my friend Jimmy McEachin,
no, I'm not.
Well, that's who I'm talking about, because he said before the replacement was found for CBS, he said, Matt, that's your gig. He said that, and he says it to this day.
He said it a month and a half ago.
He says it to this day, and he's right about that. But my management team would not step up to the plate. That's because my management team is our HR man, Billy Dilly. So,
but the late Howard Lapidus.
Yes, Howard the Duck.
Used to be on the show.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Who used to be on the show?
He can't be on the show anymore because he's dead.
But he had something to do with the Man Show back in the day.
Yes, he did. He represented Adam Carolla and I think Jimmy Kimmel, and
I thought so.
He was one of the producers of the Man Show.
Yes, he was.
I think he had an executive producer credit, which, by the way, in the business means not producer.
Right.
That's what executive.
I just want the money.
You know that too, being around the biz.
Of course.
See, this is another reason why I like Tattoo Dave. He's been around the biz, so he understands showbiz. It's all I know, and you get that.
Yeah.
Executive producer, when you see that in credits on shows, it means not producer.
Right.
It is.
Yep.
You know who said that years ago? My tall friend of comedy, Ryan Stiles from the Drew Carey Show. He used to say that.
That's him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're going to miss him a long time because Mark C.G. Boyer pissed him off in a poker game.
I know.
And he'll never come back.
Chased his ass away.
In an interview with Naked Lunch, whatever the hell that is, Jimmy Kimmel portrayed himself as a rebel, claiming he defied network bosses who hinted that trashing tens of millions of potential viewers might not be a good idea. Hey, for once, the bosses of the network were right. And I do say for once because most of the time they're wrong.
Very rare.
There was at one time, maybe, I don't know, like right around the beginning of this this whole Trump thing, where that was kind of hinted at. Kimmel said, but I just said, listen, I get it. I don't disagree. I mean, you're right. As a result, Kimmel said he lost a good chunk of his fan base. I've lost half of my fans, maybe more than that, he said. 10 years ago, among Republicans, I was the most popular talk show host, at least according to the research that they did. Okay, I believe that. You know, Kimmel was always sort of a likable guy.
Yeah.
Kimmel continued, I just said, if that's what you want to do, I understand and don't begrudge you for it, but I'm not going to do that. So if you want somebody else to host the show, then that's fine. That's okay with me. I'm just not going to do it like that. Well, the network exec should have said goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it, yeah.
You know, he came in heavy back in the day with Sarah
Idiot.
Silverman.
What an
I was
idiot.
gonna say he should just go back to Sarah.
Remember when he was
and
with
they should
Sarah?
crawl back into their little cave. And
Yeah, their lefty cave. And enjoy yourself.
Goodbye.
No, she dumped him.
Bye-bye.
They knew I was serious, Kimmel said. I couldn't live with myself. Okay. How did Johnny Carson live with himself for so many years doing the right thing and beloved to this day?
You just answered your own question.
Yeah. This isn't the first time Kimmel has expressed his willingness to lose millions of viewers for ABC. He told the Daily Beast about 4 years ago he has no interest in appealing to Trump voters following a controversial segment on gun control and health care the year before. He said not good riddance, but riddance to Trump supporters. The once invincible Kimmel has been experiencing ratings problems in recent months. ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live has... And by the way, would I love that friggin' big name out there on Hollywood Boulevard across from Grauman's in that
Yes, it
area
is.
there? Son of a bitch, yes. When I see that, I think... Jesus, have I done the wrong thing with my career? But P.S., it ain't over, my friends. It ain't over. It ain't not even close to over. Watch me.
Good.
The once invincible Kimmel recently lagged behind two Fox News shows, Gutfeld, Fox at Night, and Kimmel played defense for President Joe Biden by repeating the mainstream news media's 2020 refrain that Biden is a decent man. This is a quote from Jimmy friggin' Kimmel. Joe Biden, look, whatever you think about him, he's a decent human being. He's a nice old man who quite plainly cared about people through his whole life. He's certainly not evil. If you believe that, you've got real problems. Hey, Jim, you could be after that statement. For the last many years, I haven't liked you, but my God, you are one stupid son of a bitch. You truly are as stupid as a mud fence to believe that Joe Biden is a decent man. Am I talking out of school here, Lori?
Well, I have a question.
Lori, am I talking out of school?
I got to tell you, no, you're not. And I got to tell you, years ago, when Jimmy Kimmel just hit the map, I got online to see him because I wanted to see everything about his audience. I wanted to see how he's doing stuff.
I'm not even going to ask you why, but go ahead.
From a production point of view,
Okay,
because production had changed back in the day, and I
Yeah.
met his Uncle Tony.
Yeah.
And they took me to the front line, and I was VIP.
Of course,
Yeah.
because you're this hot dancer-looking chick. Of course.
Does everybody have an Uncle Tony?
Yeah,
everyone.
He did.
Hot chicks always to the front of the line.
Of course.
Yes.
And so they brought me in,
Yeah, of
and I
course.
met Jimmy.
Yeah,
back
hello.
in the day.
Well, here's a little filly we'd like you to meet backstage in your dressing room.
And I did.
Jimbo.
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I didn't get what it was when I met him. Because, people either have that Elvis thing or they don't.
Hello.
And he's
my hand is in
very-
the air. You're right, Lori.
Very inward.
It's either that thing. No, Jimmy Kimmel is a lucky guy.
He didn't
is
have that thing.
He is the Ryan Seacrest of television.
Yep.
Wait, Ryan Seacrest is the Ryan Seacrest of television as well.
You know who had that thing was his uncle, who was really old at the time, and he's since passed.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, Uncle Joe, Uncle Harvey,
Uncle
whatever.
Tony.
Yeah, whatever. By the way, Kimmel made no mention during this podcast, no mention of the Hunter Biden laptop scandal. Not even a mention. Of
course not.
Or President Biden's demonization of Trump supporters in his infamous Philadelphia speech in September, during which he called MAGA Republicans a threat to the country. Not a mention. No. This man, this president, this person you call president is a decent man. Jimmy Kimmel, bite. I just turned around. Bite this. You stupid ass.
You would see that on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube.
Yeah, you stupid ass. What a stupid ass he is. What a not a complete no talent, but half a no talent. Cambridge alumni is pulling funding from college after academics said gender speaker was hateful. University alumni, they're pulling the funding from their college in an intensifying a blow over the master announcing she was boycotting a hateful gender-critical speaker, Helen Joyce, an author, former economic journalist, invited to Gonville and Caius College last whenever by Professor Who Cares. But in an astonishing intervention, before she spoke, its master, Professor Pippa Rogerston, I hope that's a woman, Pippa, P-I-P-P-A, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm, there was a Pippa Rogerson. The most senior post joined Dr. Andrew Spencer, the college senior tutor, in telling all the students that Miss Joyce's views were polemics. The head of Cambridge sociology faculty also apologized to students for the distress caused by sending them an email invitation to the talk. These are scary college kids that cannot take it.
Oh my God, women are women and men are men.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the world's gonna fall apart.
Yeah, that was the speech that they're apologizing for. One has a vagina, one has a penile thing, and then it makes them. I just turned into Bill Cosby. It turns him into the man and the woman and the thing. Believe me, I'm not all that Bill Cosby thing. I would never drug a woman knowingly. Judge rules for California. You know, finally some good stuff happening. Finally, some liberty. Finally, some truth from judges. Judge rules for California bakery owner who refused to make wedding cake for lesbian couple. Now, if I owned a bakery and a lesbian couple wanted me to make a cake for them, I would do it in a heartbeat.
It's a business.
I want your money.
Right.
I don't care what you do. Just give me. I just turned into Cosby again. I don't care what you do. I'm a Jewish Cosby now.
Hey, it's a mitzvah.
It's a mitzvah. But judge rules for California bakery owner who refused to make wedding cake for a lesbian couple following a 5-year legal battle.
I remember this.
Well, of course, it's a 5-year legal battle, Lori.
See that? It was 5 years ago.
Drew national attention. California judge has ruled in favor of bakery owner who refused to make a wedding cake for a lesbian couple because it violated her religious beliefs. Kern County Superior Court Judge J. Eric Bradshaw. God bless you, J. Eric Bradshaw.
Why?
Ruled that Catherine Miller, owner of Tastries Bakery in Bakersfield, acted lawfully while upholding her Christian beliefs about what the Bible teaches about marriage, court documents show.
That's wrong.
Well, that's, we all have our opinion.
Yes, and I'm a Christian.
What happened to you? Have the right to refuse service
to
anyone.
Did I not start this off? I guess Lori was on her phone when I began this story by telling you if I owned the bakery,
you do it.
I would do it. I would make the cake I would make it in a second. Yeah. But I understand this ruling and it makes sense. It goes against their religious rights. California Department of Fair Housing and Employment sued Kathy's Creations, doing business as Tastries Bakery, October 17, 2018, claiming Miller intentionally discriminated against the couple, violated California's Unruh Civil Rights Act. Well, they lost. And P.S., there's more to this story. That lesbian couple went in there asking for this cake to be made because they knew which political side of the aisle and religious side of the aisle this bakery owner was on. It was
a quest.
It was to create controversy.
Oh my God.
This has been proven time and time again. Squeaky wheel crap with the left. LGBTQ, and on this farm there was an L. Yeah, I'll make a cake for you. I'm not really a pro at that, but if you're a lesbian couple or a homosexual couple, I'll do a little bacon for you. Gonna cost you a pretty penny. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
While driving along, top down, hair whipping in the wind, the radio turned up so loud bugs burst and birds scatter. You've got it locked on the greatest show on earth. Tanned, relaxed, and grinning. The legendary Outlaw Radio.
Couple things before we have to wrap up this intriguing broad chase. I meant to say cast. I did. I meant to say broadcast.
It just comes out.
Well, it's my 11-year-old self coming out. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt, Magic Matt. On YouTube, our show can be procured by punching in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio and on
Rumble.
Rumble.com. We love Rumble.com. And on whatever. Let me get to this. A teacher was murdered, allegedly by 2 of her students, and now a possible motive has been disclosed. This is where we are in 2022, my friends. The murder was allegedly over bad grades in Spanish class.
Yeah.
It raises questions about exactly how any team could become so stinking depraved. Well, it's called indoctrination by the left. The nature or nurture debate and whether this is an anomaly, I don't see this as an anomaly in the way these kids think today because they're so indoctrinated by bad people on the left. I mean, there's school shootings.
Where did that happen? Did it say where?
It's a disintegration of society. Des Moines, I think.
Iowa.
And this isn't how you get extra credit, kids. You don't kill the teacher. And this I love. A guy lived for 10 months on the Stanford campus posing as a student, but he was a fake. He lived in the basement of a dorm, told people he was a pre-med student and on the track squad, and finally got caught after he was accused of stealing a television. Well, see, that'll get you.
Jeez.
You know, you're doing well, and then you got to go and steal a damn TV. The administrators knew about him, had him removed. This is the part that just yanks
They knew
me.
about him.
Because it's the left. Oh, well, he not know what he does.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Yep.
They knew about him, had him removed at least 4 times. But he kept coming back, and certain school rules prevented disclosure of who lives in which dorms, kept these people from ascertaining whether he belonged or not. But
was he going to class?
He didn't have to. He simply didn't have to. But the security, they say, has always been lax. And for the old folks out there, this was the premise of a 1960s sitcom, Google Hank, because I did. It's a 60s Hank. This really comes from a sitcom.
Oh, jeez.
But these idiots, man, do the right thing. The law is there mainly to protect us. Mainly to protect us. I'm a police guy. I believe in the cops. 99.9% of them are really good folk. All right, Lori Downey Jr., welcome back to Outlaw Radio.
Thank you.
Missed you, Lori.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Matt missed you more than anybody.
Yeah. She'll never believe that because she talk about indoctrination. Every day she's indoctrinated, and not by me. Mark C.G. Boyer.
T.
Love you like a sister. Of course, HR man Billy Dilly. Who doesn't love him?
We all do.
Put your arms down. That's really nasty. Put the hands down.
Sorry, Billy.
Until next week, I'm Magic
What about
Matt.
me?
Yeah, what about Dave?
Oh, I didn't say it?
Jeez.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable.
Oh, that's a misstep.
That's it. I'm done.
That's a misstep.
I'm late. I got here late. I'm leaving early.
Now, Tattoo Dave, I love you dearly.
Love you too.
I will continue to be Magic Matt. Don't forget, bumblebees can't fly.
A mean businesswoman. Every day for supper time, she'd go down by the truck patch and pick her a mess of poke salad and carry it home in a tow sack. Poke salad, Annie. The gator's got your granny. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
bathroom.